Yes, my peeps. Okay, so today we're gonna make some cassava bread, or as it's known in Jamaica, bammy. Now this cassava bread or bammy is it's like a little flat bread, and it's generally eaten with fish, escovitch fish, or callaloo and codfish, or ackee and saltfish. And it's nice for soaking up the juices from the dish, and it's delicious. So let's have a look at the ingredients. So the only ingredients we're going to have for our bammy is this wonderful cassava here, which is like a root vegetable, a can of coconut milk, which we're going to soak the cassava breads in, and some salt. Okay? So what we're going to need to do first, we're going to have to trim the two ends of the cassava, and we're going to need to peel it. Yeah, we get all this pretty tough skin off. And once we got rid of that, what we're going to do, we're going to grate it down into a bowl. Alright, so first things first, we'll get peeling the cassava. So like I said, this skin on the cassava is pretty tough, but I always find a potato peeler works pretty well. Comes off pretty easy, and you don't lose half the flesh. Okay, so we're going to peel that down like that. Okay, I'll get it all peeled. We take the two ends off, and then we'll have a look at grating it. Right, so that's cassava, nicely peeled, as you can see. It's a bit like a potato. You get any like black eyes or anything in there, blemishes. Get as much of it out of there as you can. Obviously you're not going to get it all out, but just get as much as you can, and you end up with something like that. Yeah, nice white cassava. So what we're going to need to do now, we're going to need to grate this down, okay, because we're going to need to get this almost like a flour. So I'm going to use the smallest holes on my grater, yeah, and we're going to grate this right down, just like this. Yeah, it can be quite hard work and a little bit time consuming, but trust me, the benefits are worth it. So we're going to keep grating that down like that, so we're going to get like a fine, yeah, a fine grated cassava, and then I'll show you the next process after that. So I'm going to get this all grated, and then we'll have a look. Okay, so there's the grated cassava. It's quite difficult work grating it down. I've grated it on the smallest hole because the finer the mixture is, the easier it's going to be to get the liquid out of it, because we need to get all of the liquid and all the starch as much as possible out of the cassava, so we can make it into like a little dough and fry our bammy off. So the way we're going to do that, we're going to I'm going to take this tea towel, and I'm going to put this cassava in there, and we're going to wring the juice out of there. Okay, so this took me about probably 10 minutes to grate the cassava down. So it can be quite tough work, but it's worth it. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put this in there like that, and then I'm going to fold this up like this. Make sure your tea towel is nice and clean. And then you see all that? You see all that juice? We're going to get as much of that juice out of there as we possibly can, yeah? I want a nice and dry mixture. Okay? So let's get that done, and then we'll have a look at it again. So I've squeezed as much of that liquid out of there as I can, and as you can see, there's quite a lot that's come out of that cassava there. We're going to get rid of that, and that's what's left. It's almost dry to the touch cassava that we can now mould that into our little breads, and we're going to fry it off. Okay. So what I'm going to do now with the grated cassava, I'm going to add some salt. Okay, about that much salt, and a little bit of water, and we're going to try and get this back into we're going to get this up into a nice dough. Yeah, so I'm going to knead it in there together, get this so it's all sticking together nicely, and I'm going to make a nice dough out of this, and then I'll show you how we're going to get our breads together. Okay, right, so as you can see, I've kneaded the cassava dough down and patted them down into little cakes, little flatbreads. I've dusted the this plate with some plain white flour just to stop them sticking. I managed to get 4 out there, so that's them all ready to go, ready to fry up. I poured my coconut milk into this Pyrex dish, and I'm going to show you what we do with that in a bit. But first things first, what we're going to do, we're going to start the cooking process with these bammy, these cassava breads. So we're going to have to lightly fry them off, either side, maybe 5-10 minutes each side, and then I'll show you what we do after that, okay? So I've heated up some oil, only a little bit in my trusty old pan here. What I'm going to do now, we're going to put these bammies in, and we're going to gently fry them off each side, okay? I'm going to give them about 10 minutes each side, until they're just lightly brown. Yeah, they don't have to be golden brown just yet. We get them lightly browned off. So our bammy have been cooking on this side for about 7 minutes now, and we're going to have a little look. Yeah, that's fantastic. We don't want them fully cooked at the moment now. Okay, so I'm going to flip these over. You see how they're just lightly browned at the moment? Just flip them over again, and we do the same to this side, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with them next. So they're looking fantastic, okay? And that's exactly what you're looking for at this stage. Right, so the bammy's been cooking about 7 minutes this side as well now, and that's perfect. That's just lightly cooked on that side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this heat off, okay? And what we're going to do, we're going to take these bammies, or these flatbreads, and we're going to put them in this coconut milk, okay? And we're going to let them soak in this coconut milk so they can suck all the milk into the middle, yeah? And we're going to leave them in there for a good 10 or 15 minutes, okay? And what I'll probably do is I'll give them maybe 5-10 minutes that side, and then I'll flip them over and let them soak in the other side. Okay, and when they've been in there a while and they've soaked up all that beautiful milk, we're going to put them back in and finish the cooking process. Alright, okay, I'll see you in about 15 minutes. So, my cassava breads have been soaking in the coconut milk for about 20 minutes now. I've been turning them over, and they're ready to finish off cooking now. So what I've done, I've put a little bit more oil into the pan, okay? And I've got it up to a medium heat. Just going to turn that down a little touch like that. Okay. We've got that decently hot. Now we're going to put these in and we're going to brown them off. Now they're going to sizzle a little bit, obviously because they've got the coconut milk on them. But I won't worry about that. They'll be fine. Okay. And they're going to be beautiful and brown. Yeah. And so what's left of this coconut milk, I'm going to put in a container, I'm going to put in my fridge, and I'll use it for another dish. Okay? That's perfectly fine. Okay. So we're just going to finish cooking those off, and then they'll be done. Been cooking on this side now for about 5 minutes or so. Let me turn them over, you can see their beautiful golden colour. That is what you're looking for. That's perfect, okay? Yeah, so we're going to flip them over. We're going to cook them off on this side. And then they'll be done. So there you have it. That's my delicious Jamaican bammy, or Caribbean cassava bread, soaked in coconut and fried off. You eat that with some escovitch fish, some ackee and saltfish. Use it to dab up all that beautiful gravy and sauce. It is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so enjoy. So if you like the look of that recipe, my bammy recipe, please go to my YouTube channel. Give me a like and subscribe. It's Dreds Kitchen, and it's Matty Dreds Caribbean recipes and cooking. Okay, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.